Hi, I'm Denison, creator of the Marine Diesel Basics books. Well, book 2 in the series, How Everything Works, Installation Guidelines and Best Practices, will be published in about 4 to 6 weeks' time. It's a big book, 600 pages, 2,500 drawings. So I'm doing this series of videos just to explain a little bit about it. In this video, let's dive into the drive train. That is how we get the power of the engine to move the vessel via the propeller. This chapter is 110 pages. It's in quite a lot of detail. It also covers sail drives and stern drives. So let's dive in. The drivetrain is the last section in the book. It's actually over 100 pages. It starts, like all the other sections, with a table of content in quite a lot of detail, going through all the things, which includes obviously the propeller shaft, the gearboxes, the engine mounts, line cutters, cutlass bearings, stern drives and sail drives. The engine mounts is quite a long section, quite full, I think 9 pages. The purpose of the engine mounts is not only to support the engine, but it's also to transfer the thrust of the propeller to the vessel, make the vessel move either forward or astern. So there's a lot of detail goes into selecting them and installing them correctly. Another part that seems to be sometimes a bit of a mystery is the drive plate, the damper plate, which is what connects the flywheel to the input spline of the gearbox or the transmission. So again, there's quite a lot of detail on that, explaining how it works, the different types, and how to install it properly. The gearbox section I still have to finalize. Several pages about coupling the different types, how to install them correctly, how to measure. An explanation too of constant velocity joints, CVs as they're known, and the propeller shaft and the functions of the propeller shaft. In the book, as you can see, I name 4 functions, and then how to select an inboard propeller shaft, different metals, how to measure various things, the taper, there are tables for that, quite a lot of detail. But I think it's fairly straightforward, and of course there are cross-references if you need to look something up. And quite a few tables. I think it's useful to have the information right there at your fingertips. So you're going through something, and then you can, look up international standards, for example. A lot of detail about shaft seals, both the traditional stuffing box with the packing, and then the dripless seals, dripless face and dripless lip seal. What they are, how they work, and how to install them safely and correctly. Cutlass bearings in quite some detail. If you have a metal boat, then you'll probably, you'll want a composite cutlass bearing. A lot about propellers, how they work, the different types. I highlight 7 different types of propeller, including the newer toroidal. And there's a section to explaining a lot of the technical words about propellers. And then also about anti-foul paints and protections for marine propellers. And then on to sail drives and stern drives. So fairly comprehensive. That's the last section in the book. Well, I hope you found that interesting and useful. The new book will be out in about 4 to 6 weeks' time. And until I meet you in person on the water, I wish you fair winds and a reliable diesel.